As I said before, this is likely going to be the only time we get the maximum prize, as meeting the time limit in the next levels would be no time for sightseeing. Now I just want to show a few traps that I skipped, because they showed Banballow's visage before he actually appeared in the level, and I wanted to keep that as a surprise. Now it's about time to head up to the ER, but first the man at the front desk at the beginning had told us to go through the tunnel next to the ER, so let's just take a quick look at what that was all about. This out-of-the-way corner of ILLBLEED is the common graveyard, where the victims of ILLBLEED are supposedly laid to rest. It also acts as a tutorial area to teach us how to use the horror monitor to defuse traps and find items. It's useful if this is your first time playing the game, though I didn't actually come across it during my first run, which led to some confusion. If nothing else, you can find a couple of free recovery items in here. Now I said that this is supposedly where the victims of ILLBLEED are buried. And I said supposedly because, as we'll see later on, the people who do die in ILLBLEED are actually put to rest in much less picturesque environs. Now let's hit the ER and get Eriko upgraded. We could upgrade Kevin if we felt like it, but I only upgrade Eriko as she would usually be the character I use the most, and we'll only be using Kevin for the next level anyway. So there are three kind of operations. There's Build Up, which upgrades a character. There's Recovery, which heals a character. And the third one is Return to Life, which will return a dead character. If you have more than one character available, then dying is not a game over. Instead, you can pick up another character to continue where the last one died. Now, out of the 4 different upgrades, I prefer the bleeding operation to make Eriko more resistant to bleeding. We've got 2 artificial plasmas at our disposal, and using both of them brings the total to $40,000, which we can afford right now. So, after the nice crash test dummy surgeons have done their work, Eriko will now bleed less when taking damage. I wonder what medical school Michael Reynolds sent his dummies to get their degree. Anyway, on the other side of the main area here, there are some shops that we can make use of if we choose. I won't be, but let's just take a look at what they offer. This one, we've got the Drugstore, and here we can buy a variety of recovery items. All of the normal recovery items are here. We won't find Amazon here, as that is a special item that we actually have to buy in the levels. We just can't purchase it. There is one item there that we can't actually find in the levels. That's intravenous drip, which that one does a full recovery of adrenaline. Now up here is the Visitor Bank, which is a service that is far too expensive to ever actually use. We find the bank being tended to a young lady who has no face. The Visitor Bank can be used to rescue characters that you failed to rescue in the levels. So, say if we didn't rescue Kevin in the Home Run of Death, we would be able to resurrect him here. The thing is, it costs a ridiculous amount of money to do this, so instead of bothering with the bank, just make sure that you rescue Eriko's friends in the levels that they're in. And here's Dummy Man's photo studio. We've been making use of his photo boxes, but his establishment is right here. And hey, there's Dummy Man himself. Don't worry, he won't attack us here. While we're in his studio, all he wants to do is take a picture. Like the photo boxes, that will save our game. Those are the options available to you to use between each level. And by the way, it was possible to not rescue Kevin in that last level. We'll be taking a look at that later on. Now that we've completed the Home Run of Death, Cinepanic's feature is open to the public. It's The Revenge of Queen Worm. And the prize sign up there, we can take a look at it. The prize sign up there says the prize is $20,000 for this level. Again, that is wrong. The prize for this level is $80,000. So we'll be entering The Revenge of Queen Worm next time on Let's Play ILLBLEED.